I'm adjusting and I'm shooting just with everything of the extra muse, including the Ulanzi PK10, which is the quick connect. And I can switch on over to the Ulanzi MT08 as a handle because I forgot to take the mini tripod with me. I had a little difficulty at given times putting on the Ulanzi PK10 to the quick connect. It is what it is, man. I'm fish. Well, I got my Leica LK51 in, and man, it's nice. It's almost size of a can of water, a little smaller, more like a Febreze can, and it's big. It's a nice, a tripod, and I feel it's not for me for a good number of reasons. If you try to close it, man, you're going to pinch your hand in there, and you're going to be screaming. That's what I'm saying, and that's what happened to me. It may not happen to you. You got to be very careful when closing that tripod up. So I'm most sure the same thing with the Ulanzi MT80 or 79, going to have the same problem. It was quite difficult at first to untwist and open up all the sections, but I did. I was able to twist the bottom half and lift it up, and you have to twist one section, twist the next section, and I felt that the camera would have just constantly gone around in a circle when even you did the upper section. And man, it really stood tall, which I liked. Now, it was the same stance, the same width diameter as my old-fashioned tripod. I guess what I'm saying is that I like my old-fashioned tripod way better, and it's going to be very difficult for me to move over to the Leica LK51. If you don't like stickers, you could peel off the LK51 sticker. It is made of a film, and that I did not like either. The color was light and dark. It was a very thick tube, which I liked. And that was surprisingly amazing, something that other ones don't have. And when I held it out, it didn't wobble or flex. Oh, I could make a review. I don't know if I want to. I don't love the quick connect. I didn't see two of them, but they gave you a phone charger. So if you lose that one quick connect, you're out of business. That's what I'm saying. Well, let's move on. I went out and I did my review of a paddleboard with the extra muse. And man, let me tell you, high noon, this camera, I wasn't bright, I was dark. And I couldn't shoot with the sun in my back. And I had a whole bunch of people who would have been in the show. And I wanted to have the bare minimum of people in houses, and I could have had a light on me and that would have made me bright, or I could have went in the editor and post and tried to brighten me up. And I did a good job, and everything worked out fine, and I had no problems. It was windy. I found a pet rock and I put it by the tripod stand and held it on the floor. And it kept everything right in spot. And I didn't realize I was right next to a dead bird. So I had to move my setup and start all over again. Well, I gotta go charge up the Insta360 X5 and set it on up to the car later. Maybe bring one of the cameras up on the tall light stands, filming stands that I got that goes up 20 feet. And put it on over and get a couple of scene shots of the 5th generation RAV4 doing a crossbar review for the company. Something they'll be very excited about, showing the how-to that they want and going to get. And that's a beautiful day. It should be quiet, hopefully, and get the job done. I have to get a, 2-position stand so I can sit up there nice and high and look down and do the work, and then looking up and just having my hands above my head. I did a change out. I got my 3 barrels taken care of and added soil potting mix for outdoor use. And hopefully the brush will enjoy it and be another 4 or 5 years without removing them. I happened to get one of the barrels with it in full intact, but the metal beam, they just disintegrate like that. They get real thin, those bands. That's what I'm saying. Oh, I keep on saying that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I got a client. Their mail system must have went down and I can't get to them. Comes back, mail a domain. What do you do now? You already got a product that you agreed to. I guess I can't do no more. I can't reach out anymore. And I'm not sure if they have a problem at their end to the fish can't getting to them. It is what it is, man. I got to move on. I got to continue forward until they come back and say, hey, sorry, fish, we had a mailing problem. Our server system went down. We're back in business. And then I have to go catch up. Well, they got to catch up. And those are lost products. Well, I got my 8.0 by Extra in the pocket. It's going to be time to pick it on out after this scene clip and start shooting videos with it and finish off the vlog. At the highlight, we'll put up both cameras side by side. And I'm not sure why one looks golden and the other looked cool. Maybe they picked different kelvins in the shot. Maybe the sensor, the lighting. I don't know. And I'm not going to sit here and try to figure out all the settings of each camera and before you know it's daytime. So let's switch on over to the Extra 8.0. But before I do that, did you know the Extra Muse sold for as low as $289, $299? And yeah, you're going to have to wait till Black Friday on that. It went back up to $329. And it'll probably go even higher before you know it. Mic 2, dedicated to the Muse. Now, I don't know if this is faster, but we can always do a test on it. For the first time you start up the 8.0, you can simply deattach it, reattach it back to the vision dock. You don't have to pull it off altogether. Once you see the light start to come on for the battery and it finishes, hit the side button, the mode button, and the camera comes automatically on, then doing its boot up job. You're bypassing that long boot up. I'm not sure why we have to have a long boot up. I know the camera's got to do a check and a talk to one another. Then off we go for the next 4 hours. I'm going to try to get myself into the... There you go. And it's a little difficult holding the camera like this, where you got the actual camera like this and the gimbal of the Muse is like that. And that gives me the side of the picture. I want to do some portraits without moving my camera. Well, people are saying you do 4x3 and you're able to, in post, crop your video and do what you want to do. Aren't you like doing one of these, bring yourself into the video as well when you do 16:9 and getting rid of the 4:3 aspect ratio? I'm on 4:3 and holding out my hands. We go right through that light. He slowed down for the next one and he went right through it too. Man, you just got to be careful. That's why you have a camera with you, so you can capture all the moments and put it on tape. Back to what I was saying. Man, that made me lose track. Oh, 4:3 aspect ratio, cropping in, as you can see, if I want to 16:9 or 4:3. And sometimes you want to have more of a wider spectrum, and that shot proved it. No, I wasn't sitting there waiting for somebody to do that. It just happened to get in the picture and caught it on camera. Not the first time, Second time, guy overpassed, and I quickly turned my camera around. That's on my last vlog. I got 2 cameras, and yeah, I think I could set up 4x3 on the Extra Muse, and we can do that, and then gonna leave it just as is, and then we'll do a 4x3, a 16x9 as is, and you could choose which one you like. Now what we'll do, we'll stand here and use the Extra Muse with the DJI as the audio. Video 1 is directly from the Extra Muse and the Extra 8, the camera. 1x1 and 4x3. We can't do 1x1 of the Extra 8. This gives you a fair shot of it at default. What we did here is 16x9 in post of both cameras that we're able to crop in with the Extra 8. And I look up and it's not a nice day, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get what I had to get going, and it's a nice quiet day it would be. Maybe that's what I want, no sun around me to get the job done. I'll be in the shot anyway. They do a good job. Maybe I want it to be bright, then I will only be able to get one angle if asked. Well, I'll go take care of my beeswax. Fish, remember that car? Let's get on out of here.